How can businesses manage Google Workspace plugins to improve productivity while reducing security risks? If you're a business owner and you've got Google Workspace, but you're finding that your team are going nuts with installing plugins, add-ons, extensions, and you're starting to feel a bit of a loss of control of what's going on with your IT. Well, this is a very valid concern, and there's something that we in the IT world know as shadow IT, which basically means stuff that your team are rolling out themselves without necessarily being sanctioned by the IT department. If you're a small business owner, that's probably you. So if you're interested in getting a bit more control over this, in having a bit of a management layer of what your team can set up, there's a very delicate balance between wanting to enable your team to find solutions for themselves to be more productive and to take heed of recommendations that people have given them about apps that might improve their productivity, and balance that with the need to not let everyone just kind of go willy-nilly installing whatever they want or letting shadow IT run completely untethered in your business. I'm going to show you a couple of ways that if you wish, you can manage and monitor the plugins, extensions, and add-on apps inside your business in a slightly better way. Before we jump into how we manage it for our team, there's something that you can do as a good practice. And I guess I would extend this to saying this is good practice for you to do as user education for your staff so that you can make sure that you're helping them to know what's safe, what's not safe in the world of external apps and plugins. And this is what I like to call the App Audit. So to do an App Audit, we head along to our Google account. So that's account.google.com. Okay, and here if we go down to the security tab, I can see all of the apps that have been accessing my account. Your connections to third-party apps and services. So I'm going to click See All Connections, and this is going to show me all the different apps that have access to my account. Now you can see that I haven't been in here for a while. I am generally pretty good with this. I usually do it every couple of months, but there is a lot of stuff in here that is using my Google account and connected to my account. And typically, the ones that you got to worry about are the ones without a logo, or the ones that require a little bit more scrutiny are the ones without a logo, because they're probably going to be like the small time independent developers that haven't gone to the trouble of like putting a logo there. And for some reason, they're connected to your Google account. Like here, Untitled Project. I mean, that one's definitely a bit of a worry. So that I would want to go ahead and remove from my account quick smart. This is something that's pretty important and useful to let your team know to do from time to time. I'd say once a quarter is a good idea for just good hygiene to go through, remove any accounts that have access to your account. You can view what apps your team have access to and authenticated their Google accounts to in one list inside your admin panel. This is super useful for you to see, okay, are there any nefarious looking apps there? Are there any users that are maybe installing apps that seem a bit dodgy that you need to maybe educate them about? Are there apps that are popular that maybe you want to whitelist or approve for everyone in the business? While we're talking about whitelisting, let's see how we can actually adjust the access to apps, because you've got a couple of different methods. If you want to go full hog and really lock things down, it is absolutely a possibility. You can set up a blacklist or whitelist and effectively lock everything down if you want to. So you can see here, there's a number of apps that my team have imported or installed for themselves just from their own Google Workspace. And what this looks like is when you go to the Google Workspace Marketplace, you choose an app, you can choose whether you want to install it just for an individual or for the domain. If you're an administrator, you can install it for the domain, which means everyone gets access to it. Or if you just want to install it for yourself individually, most people have access to be able to do that. Now, if you want to choose to lock down certain apps, then you can use excluded apps list here. You can add apps here, but allow listed apps are ones that you specifically allow. So if you want to change your settings and say, look, only apps on the allow list are allowed to be included, here's where you would create an allow list. Now, there's also extensions for Google Workspace as well, which are different to apps in the app marketplace. A little bit annoying, a little bit hard to grasp your head around, but apps are more related to web apps or integrations, whereas extensions live inside of Google Chrome. They live up there in the top right-hand corner near the end of your URL bar. So can we control those extensions? You betcha we can. And this is one of my favorite things to do inside of Workspace. So in the left-hand menu, if you go to Chrome browser and then apps and extensions, you'll see here, this is where we set the extensions for our company. And these are things that can automatically appear in the Google Chrome browser for anyone in your business. Now you'll see here that LastPass, I assume LastPass has been set up. Maybe let's go to the organizational unit that I'm in. Interesting. I don't know why I can't see that here. It should be here. Anyway, maybe LastPass hasn't been set up. Let's go ahead and set up LastPass. I'll demo how you can set up LastPass for your users. Don't give me hate about using LastPass. I've made many videos on why we still use LastPass instead of switching to something else. If you're interested in those, go have a discussion in the comments on that video, but save it. Let's go ahead and install LastPass here. I'm going to go ahead and look for an app from the Chrome Web Store. I'm going to search for LastPass. I can choose to select this app. I bet you that's why. I bet you it's on the second page. There we go. Okay, cool. So LastPass, set it by default to force install. There we go. We've covered how to search for apps in your individual account and how your users can have good hygiene around managing which apps connect to their account. We've covered how you can search for apps that your users are utilizing inside the admin panel, get insights about that, maybe inform yourself on how you want to educate and update your staff about what apps they should and can or cannot be using. And then I've shown you 2 ways of rolling out policies regarding apps. Both domain level installation apps that are integrations with your Google accounts, and then Chrome apps and Chrome extensions that can be pushed down to Chrome browsers. Now, these can be pushed not just to a Chrome browser on a desktop, but also a Chromebook, a mobile device, a tablet, anywhere where you've got a Chrome device that you can sign into. You can start changing the settings here via the Chrome settings menu. Very, very powerful. If you'd like to learn more about this, click the link down below this video. You can do a free consultation or a free health check for your Google Workspace account with our professional team. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.